As we talked about earlier, there are trending sound, hashtags, and challenges, sometimes even effects. Each of these has its own pros and cons and benefits to using for your growth. But a word of caution, don't go crazy on these trends, especially if you're a business-focused channel, and here's why. Trends are awesome, and they get content out to a lot of people quickly. That's because the TikTok algorithm goes, oh hey, loads of people like content using this sound, so if you use it, it must be something good and it must be something that people like, so we'll test it to more people immediately. The problem comes with the categorization that we mentioned earlier. If there is a hashtag that is trending, that means it's being shown to millions of people from all over the world. This starts to make the categorization slightly more generic because of this. Which means if you're creating something business heavy and using a trending hashtag that won't relate in any way, then your content is going to be shown to people who will probably have zero interest in it, which means they'll skip over it and TikTok will think your content is bad because they're not watching it for long enough. So using trends can actually have a negative impact on your growth. And it sounds crazy, I know, but it's true. And it's all to do with the categorization. But there is a way to use them to your advantage still. You just need to be a little bit creative and a little smart with them. So with hashtags and challenges, I would only use them if they can somehow relate to what my content is about, especially the challenges. Now with challenges, you can generally get in on them using any content theme. Even if you're business themed, you can still use these challenges. It's just about how you frame it. So let's do an example right now. So recently, isolation games, hashtag isolation games, has been trending. Now, what you can see is that at the top of the videos for this are sport related, right? So how do we make that into marketing related, for instance? I'll do marketing because that's what I know. So you could make a video that is you balancing on the arm of a sofa or something, like in the balance beam at the Olympics, because that's what it's all about. Then caption it with trying to keep a client on a deadline, right? It's funny, it's not serious, but it gets on the trend and it gets in a good way, and it's still related to what I want to be doing. And that's how you need to use these trends and challenges. So with that, I like to try and do at least one trend a week. Out of all my content, I'll get on one trend a week at the very least, ideally one a day. And it's not a lot, and I'll try and do more, but again, if you can't relate it to your world, well, then don't do it. It will just be a waste of time and won't really get you anything real. Sounds, on the other hand, are a different beast entirely. You have to understand the sound and what it's being used for to start with. And it's not always obvious. This is where using the app a lot comes in handy. You'll see certain sounds pop up and will be used for specific style videos. They're pretty much challenges, but aren't officially challenges. So just keep an eye on those. When you know, again, how do you frame those sounds use in your world? And that's really it to using trends well. Some people just smash on every trend and you can get traction there for sure. You can definitely grow like that. But you can also flop hard and never get anything from it. So just keep an eye on the trends and how they fit in with your world and the audience you want. And remember, although there are a lot of kids on this app, that doesn't mean that they don't want to learn about business. And if you're there, helping them level up their skills and knowledge when they are in the workforce, who are they going to come to first for help? I always like to think of it as you never know who's going to create the next Airbnb or the next Uber. And these kids, they might be the ones. And if they have got a connection with you through this app, then maybe in 5 years' time, they're going to come to you with a big project.